Hi everyone, welcome. It is Edmond here. This is a walkthrough of 2025 S1 summer series, that is May, June. I'll be explaining the concepts and how we reach to the correct answer. This is question number 2. Let's dive in. Question number 2. So we're saying the question says here that we have two classes, class A and class B. Class A has 24 students and class B has 30 students. The table over here is giving us the average, the mean for class A as 47, but the mean for class B is not known, and they're asking us to show that that mean is 43.4. But they have given us extra information here. They have told us that the mean of all the 52 students, when you join them together, is 45. So let us try to answer this first part, question A. Now for question A, if you're going to find the mean of class B, we need to find the summation or the sum of all the B's, of all the students. I'll just call it summation of B. But how are you going to find that? What we know is that when you sum up all the A and the B, because their average is 45, it means that on average everyone has 45 marks. That means in total is going to be 45 multiplied by what? Multiplied by 54. It means that when you add up all the marks for the two classes, you end up with 24, 30. But also we know the average of class A, which is 47. That means when you sum up all class A marks, you end up with 47. That means on average everyone has 47. Multiplied by how many are they? They are 24. You're going to end up with 128. That means if you're looking for the total of class B, you're going to get the total of all of them added together, the two classes combined. Subtract one class, class A, and then you end up with your total when you press a calculator here of 300 and what? 302. Therefore, you can find the value of B, which is the average. I call it maybe X bar of what? X bar of class B, which is the sum of the B, which is 102, divided by how many of them are there? There are 30 of them. Then this answer will give you 43.4. Part B of the question, we want to find the standard deviation. Remember this formula was given in the formula booklet. It's given but in the disguised way, so you have to remember the formula. I'm going to use the standard deviation formula, which is the summation of x squared over n minus the summation of x all squared. I'm going to use x bar as the mean squared, square root of that. All right, now so that means the standard deviation is the square root of summation of x squared. But remember, we are looking for the standard deviation of all the 54. That means we're looking for x squared of all the 54. That means we're going to add up this dot over here. So the x squared of all the 54, you're going to have the 66,876. You add the 73,826. You divide by the total, which is 54. Then subtract x bar squared, the x bar of the two classes. That is 45. That's 45. And then you place your calculator. Remember, it's just for all the students combined together. Then you place your calculator, and then you get your standard deviation as 24.09095. That will be your standard deviation. All right, I will erase this and then move on. All right, the next question, part C. So they're saying that each student in class B had their marks increased by 2. That means they went on all the marks in B and added 2. So they added 2 on all the marks in class B. And then they're asking us the effect on the variance. Remember the variance is not affected by addition. You could remember the variance is the square of the standard deviation. So remember, the standard deviation is not affected by addition or subtraction. That means because when you add on some value, they're going to shift in the same way, so they are not affected by addition or subtraction. That means if you calculate the variance of B, this will have no change. This will have no change. And then the min marks for all the 54 students. This is going to change because if you're adding 2 on B, that means your sum of all the A plus B is going to increase, because the sum of B is going to increase by almost what? If each one of them gets 2, is going to increase by 2 times what? Times, 2 times 3, that equals increase by 60. That means the overall summation will increase. That means the min mark of the 54 students is going to increase. Now, what about the standard deviation of the 54? The standard deviation of the 54 is going to decrease. Why is it going to decrease? Because when you look at here, the class A has a mean of 47, and class B has a mean of 43.4. That means on average, when you increase by 2, it means that this number here now is going to become closer. So it's more like maybe 45 is coming closer to A. That means the overall, if you join them together, the overall difference is going to decrease. So the standard deviation of all the 54 students is going to decrease, because the marks for B have all increased. So that's why the overall standard deviation is going to decrease, because now the marks B, they move closer to A. All right, that's question 2. Thank you.